So we are about to start. We are about to start. Hazel is about ready to give us a countdown. Can everybody hear us? Owl has readied, so we are going to be starting any second now. Four, 3, 2, 1, go! Oh wow, we just realized, yeah, Owl is not going to be on voice. So we just realized in our practice run, we forgot to get the Ridley tile, the series Ridley tile. So the first difference between Hundo Map and any other run is that in order to get the tile for series Ridley room, you have to actually leave the room and re-enter it. So that is the very first difference that you're going to see, is that we're going to go out of this room and then back into it just to get the map tile. There's a lot of really, really cool tech. Yep, every map square in the game. And that is the Ridley tile. So about 40 seconds into the game, you can easily just rip a run. Series is not treating us well at all today. Well, that was pretty magical. The tile room is full of magic. So right now, 100% map will be identical of any percent up until Craig's Lair. That is where the first route divergence is. Owl is going to grab the Spazer tile earlier than us, which means that Owl is going to have route divergence from any percent at Spazer, but we are going to follow the any percent route up until. The estimate is our PV is a 128, and Owl's PV is a 129. This is about 4 minutes longer than 100% item run. And we're absolutely going to need people in chat to yell at us if we miss a tile. Oh, okay. We thought that moonfall was bad. So. So this plays identically to any percent up until we go to get the Kraid save room. Orb! Yes, Asder, you should definitely do map completion. It is one of the best categories. Oh, nap completion. You should do that too. You should definitely do that too. Oh! I will just Spazer later now. Okay, that was not something that Owl was doing the last time that we saw PV from Owl. So yeah, we're both going to follow the any percent route up until Craig's Lair. Another ledge grab climb coming up. Once you get to Kraid's lair, the cool tech will start to appear. The very first piece of cool tech is going to be in Kraid's lair. It's going to be pseudo-screwing a key hunter and then mockballing to pick up the Kraid save room, which is really, really cool tech. Bombs times are definitely slower in this category. What? Bombs time in this category are definitely slower because you have an extra 2 door transitions. So it's expected that bomb times will be about 5 seconds slower. Our goal this run is to not miss any map tiles. Owl is definitely much more current on this route than we are. We did a full game practice, but did not actually do any full runs, so it's entirely possible we just miss a map tile somewhere. This is one of the hardest categories to de-rest. We're gonna kill the pirates here. Health is a bit tight in this category. It's not super tight, but it's definitely much more comfortable. But it's definitely more comfortable if you kill the pirates. Owl got trolled by BT. Oh no. So having full health here is very nice. We lied. The first route divergence from any percent is that we gotta go get the Brinstar Reserve map tile. So we're gonna deboost off this waiver. Go into the room, and then we're gonna attempt the mockball back. This is a super, super tight mockball back, but it's incredibly, incredibly swaggy. So it's something we just have to go for. And this is a good setup for it. Unfortunately, we went a bit too high. And this is somewhere where that extra health definitely helps. Next divergence is in Kraid's lair, where we have to grab the save room. No, next divergence is in the Kraid entrance, where we have to fall and not do the quick entry, grab a tile. In 100% item, we would not grab these missiles, but we do want these missiles. And one of the things that we do differently from everybody else, we run only 10 missiles in this category. You run 10 missiles and probably about 30 supers. And the reason why we don't run any missiles is because we don't need to pick them up. And it's much faster, and if we're going to be burning time on fanfares, then we should absolutely be getting supers rather than missiles. So we see a call in chat for saving the critters. The animals got all the way to the surface. They have a spaceship. They can save themselves. Yeah, so Spore Spawn is actually surprisingly hard. So we don't actually see where you actually need more missiles. Like we don't Doppler Fantoon, so like Fantoon is the only place where we can see needing the extra missiles. Oh, we forgot to charge the. Yeah, so we took a hit there because we forgot to charge the beam. We're supposed to pseudo screw there, but we didn't. So like, if you're actually serious about 1030 feeling gross, like we're really curious where you would use the extra. Okay, so we just got a health drop from Mini Crate. That means that we are reliant on a super drop from Crate. Because there's a green door that we have to open right after Crate. We're super happy we just got 2 Crate kills in a row. And that is definitely the super that we need. So coming out of Crate is one of the most interesting door transitions in the game. If you jump higher, you get a better door transition, but if you jump higher, you're also moving more slowly. But if you jump higher, you're also moving more slowly, because you move more slowly in the air. And it's just, that's a room that we've never quite figured out. And it's one of those rooms where everything is also super, super close. Yeah, so ammo is actually not really a problem in Torian. Like, if we're ending up close. Yeah, so we don't Doppler Fantoon, so we don't actually need the missiles for Fantoon. And for Torian, like in the worst case scenario. Like, it's not really any worse than 1510 in Torian. New route goes into Torian with super low ammo. So the next room coming up that's different is a cathedral entrance. In that room, we're gonna pseudo screw a Disgiga. This room is different. We're gonna skip these missiles. And then the cathedral entrance, we're gonna pseudo screw a Disgiga, jump high to grab the tiles, and then we're gonna shoot 2 missiles down. And shooting those 2 missiles down is going to and we missed the Nova, which is why we shut the door open beforehand. So we don't actually have any ammo to shoot down, so we're not gonna do that. But we're gonna jump high and hope that the Disgiga gets out of the way, which it does. This room is different. We're gonna not mock ball. We're actually gonna try and go past the pillar, so we can grab these tiles down here. And then we're gonna exit the room like as normal. Oops, we didn't have a missile. Guess we got really bad missile drops from Kraid. We definitely like that missile drop there. So the next one, which we can mess up, is Speed Vista Hallway. We need to be certain to, we need to fall at the right times. We need to fall at the right times in order to actually get the tiles. And we definitely want to farm on the way in. So this ammo is pretty gross. It's definitely workable, but it's like kind of the bare minimum that's actually workable. Because of our missed shots, we weren't lying about it being the bare minimum. So we're going to be skipping wave missiles if we can. Well, we're definitely going to be skipping wave missiles, which means that we need to actually get a good farm here. We need 2 supers, or 10 reds, or 5 and 1. So normally we wouldn't go for the orb deboost here, but given that we absolutely need all of these missiles, we're gonna go for it. And that's super swag. You have to deboost low, otherwise you just run straight back onto the platform. And this is what we were talking about last run. We can easily just... This is a very trolly room for just falling. And we're being super, super safe with this ammo, because we really need all of it. So how to shoot out this door in this room was something which we were trying to figure out. We missed the start of the Metroid run at GDQ because we were in the practice room trying to figure out how to consistently shoot out that door, and that was what we came up with. You want to unmorph early. This is a cold deboost right here. Unfortunately, we unmorphed too early, so we didn't get to do it. But there's a really cool deboost at the end of that room. We have plenty of health, so that's not a concern. The bugs gave us a lot of health and not much. So coming up here, we're gonna shoot the orb at the start of the room, and we're gonna try and mock ball, and then deboost at the end of the room. It's really difficult, so we're not sure that we're gonna get it. But yeah, the deboost at the end of the room is quite difficult. The next difference is that we're gonna actually grab the bottom right tile in Bubble Mountain right now. Which is a wonderful little sneaky thing. You can just tuck yourself in right here and grab the tile. A small improvement of the world record. You only need to enter this from this side. You don't actually need to grab the top right tile because you can grab that later. So coming up is Static's Croc entry. You just stand there, you just stop in the room, shoot, and then fall into the door. It looks absolutely ridiculous. But in practice it's actually only about 1 or 2 frames. It's only about 1 or 2 frames slower than an optimal entry. And significantly easier. We're gonna be saving 1 super here because we need it. We're gonna need it. There's a green gate later, and we could get terrible drops later. So coming up here is a John wraparound shot. We're gonna try and shoot a charge shot from up here, and that is gonna open the door. And that is gonna open the door on the left side of the room. And there, that was just the door opening. We need to wait for the map to reappear, and then we can go. And then we're gonna spark straight across the power bombs. That's gonna be our first power bomb pack. So let's see if we can nail this spark. Plonk, or not, sorry, Plonk. We were thinking Plonk because that's who it's Plonk's timer. So we're actually going to take a farm here because we don't want. Well, we weren't going to use the super, but now we can. So coming up this room is really cool. There's a really swag deboost. We have to deboost off the right-sided spike, otherwise we won't get the map tile. It's just really cool when we can get it properly. It's like that. So there's a really cool jump coming up here into a really swag moonfall. All the big rooms are really swag in the way that you have to do them. You have to jump up here, and then we jump back across. And then from here you do a running jump. And this takes us all the way to grapple. So now we actually have to do the grapple escape, which are rooms that you'd never see in any other category. For the first two, we're just going to do running jumps through them. And then for the third room, we're actually going to use the grapple beam. Wait for the water to be high so we can make this jump. And that is that. And now we need to pick up the save room on the way out, which will give us access to a farm. It's also possible to take a farm on the way out, but you don't need to. So we're gonna try and do a bounce on the way here, on the way into Croc's room. And that's just a super swag strat. So coming up in the next room here is a super basic strat, but it's a strat which is faster than the world record. You just kind of do the obvious thing and jump through the room, and it's a little bit faster than world record, which is always awesome. Not if we fall in the lava, but the idea is definitely faster. So this tech right here, you want to morph and unmorph by the door for lag reduction after you lay the power bomb. And this is tech that we found in the practice room at GDQ. Unfortunately, we didn't lay the power bomb well, but that was new tech that we found in the practice room at GDQ at like 5 in the morning, which was wonderful. And we're relying on chat to yell at us if we miss a map tile. We really hope that we won't. But it's really easy just to miss a map tile. As a kid, we definitely bomb jumped up to wave, and that was how we did it. We also bomb jumped out of the Edecoon pit because the Edecoons did not teach us how to wall jump. So we're gonna make an attempt at the red tower down grab again. Unmorphed a little bit too early, we think. So this is a nice swag jump. So Static found this amazing, like, just weave here. Didn't get it. But now our bounce is going to be off and we might get booped by the spikes. No. And that's just a super, super wonderful strat. Because you just bounce nicely across, and the static strat just sets you up really nicely for that. So we are still grabbing all the power bombs. We are still grabbing all the power bombs because we're going to need, for the big pink area, we need a ton of power bombs. And that's the same as for Randas. We're going to try and spark to kill 2 of them. Perfectly done. So the next, because we have grapple, it's actually faster to grapple across the moat than spark across it, and it saves health. So we're definitely going to be doing that. And the moat will get the tiles on the way back. There is a tech called a full mappy, where you get the moat on the way in. But that is just something very difficult. Very difficult spark from under the water. That we don't think that anybody actually goes for. And because it's Mappo, we do not need to worry about this missile pack. Yep, you do not need the counter. Coming up is another attempt at Phantoon. Oh, so this time is different. We need to get the reserve tank first, and then we're gonna do a stutter. We're gonna do a stutter 2 on the way out, and try and speedball across. And we nailed it. So John, huge disagree. We say 100% map in comparison to 100% item, because we think the 100% item is a meme. So we're always certain to say, whenever we talk about 100% item, we always say 100% item, to make sure that people are thinking about 100% map as another category. So this is just slow, which is fine. We didn't want to shoot a 4th missile because we weren't. The first 2 were a bit slow. So that was just a wonderful Phantoon kill. So we will be getting right side supers. We do need to get the wreck ship save room on the way out because we forgot that on the way in. And we will not be going to the Spectrum of Death until the very end of the run. Heck. Two Meridia gate tiles? Oh! You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Pink Pajamas. We did miss those 2 tiles. We completely forgot about those 2 tiles, so thank you for that. We'll probably just head back down the red tower right after this. We'll probably head right back down the red tower after that. Because we absolutely do need those 2 tiles. So thank you for that. No. We know what we'll do. We will route those in when we're getting the other side of that. So, when we're actually going through Meridia, we're going to need a reminder to grab that. Thank you so much for that. We would have just completely forgotten those tiles otherwise. And doing it that way is like an extra door transition, but actually isn't terrible. Samus, please. Ah. Yeah, so huge thank you for that, Pink Pajamas. We would have completely forgotten those tiles otherwise. So this room is super swag. If we can actually pull this off, this will be super swag. Not perfect, but we did get the kills that we wanted. Coming up is an amazing jump through above the ocean. It's not hard, but it's definitely not easy. So we really hope that we can pull this off. We really hope that we can pull off this jump because it's super swag. And we got it. You just fly straight across the ocean, and it's wonderful. Super happy that we got that bowling spark. That was incredibly sketch. That was the sketchiest bowling spark ever. So the good news is that missing those tiles at the top of the red tower is only going to cost us about 5 seconds, which is 2 door transitions. Because it happens that those tiles route incredibly well back in. So we did not actually ever have to see the Brinstar Reserve, the wreck ship reserve from here. To grab the tiles, we can just do a jump up from the bottom, and that'll grab the last tile, and that's all that we need. So we're gonna roll under this missile pack because we absolutely do not want it. And then we're gonna do a speedball underneath it on the way back, which is super swag strat. And that is our favorite speedball in the game, we think. Oh wow, that was a reverse missing. We're gonna jump through the door because we need to grab a couple tiles up here. And that's the tile, and now we can just fall down. This is super swag if you can get it. Did not get it, but it's still super swag when we can get it. Heck. Grapple strats here. And now we need to be careful and actually grab all the tiles in the moat. We can very easily miss the bottom right one like that. We have to actually go back a little bit. So a small improvement over the world record. You can just jump straight up and get the second tile later as you come through this area again. So that's just a minor improvement over the world record. But every improvement feels great. So we're gonna spark up and grab the top left tiles right now. The world record grabs them during the escape. We think that it might be slightly faster with good Steam RNG. But we also had a run where we ripped here because we forgot to spark, so we just decided to start grabbing them earlier. And now, this is where it diverges from Hundo Item, where we're going to head straight down here, following the route that was the Hundo Item route 15 years ago. Why are you in disbelief that we can do that we're doing 3 runs in a row? So coming up here is the room before the criteria map room. This is a room which is very, very awkwardly shaped. Very, very awkwardly shaped, so we're gonna try and deboost through it. And we're gonna try and deboost through it again on the way back. And hopefully we can get it this time. That was definitely not it, but we'll take it. But we'll take what we can get. So this time when we moonfall, we actually want to bomb. That was absolutely not how we... This deboost right here is super swag. When Oats was running it at GDQ, that deboost there is surprisingly tricky. When Oats was running this at GDQ, we just started, from the back couch, we just started clapping. We don't think anybody other than Tinamy and very few people in the room knew how difficult the trick was. But it turns out that at GDQ, if you start clapping in the room, you can just get the entire room to follow. This time we do actually want to clip through. And go through and ball. Grab the tile and get out. We have to gap skip across here now, and we absolutely hate this room. Like, that is one of our most hated rooms. So coming up here, we're going to be running through this area without grabbing any of the items. Which is really nice, because there's less fanfares. That's a super, super awesome setup for this. Lines up the spark amazingly. Health is not important at all during this segment because we're going to be getting the Edikun E-Tank really soon. We're going to try and get a mock ball out of here. Okay, so this is a super swag mock ball if you can get it. Just an amazing, amazing tech, and this is more amazing tech right here. Unfortunately, we missed the speed ball. It's still super swag when we can actually get it. So starting here, our super account actually does matter. So next we're gonna be heading straight back to the Green Brinstar main shaft. We're gonna start grabbing the rooms there. Spospo and all the rooms off of Big Pink will be done on the next pass through. So coming up, I said Decorup at Moonfall followed by Spospo Moonfall. Both are very difficult tricks, but some of the swaggiest tricks in the game. And that kind of swag, you just have to go for. Even if it's difficult, you just have to go for it. We're gonna try and go for a Kago ball here, into laying the power bomb. Did not get it at all, but that's okay. Yeah, Owl gets those tiles later. Owl definitely gets those tiles later. Okay, so we're gonna try the deboost here. It's really swag when it works. You just fall straight down and it's wonderful. And then there's a super swag double deboost on the way out. A little bit low there, but a little bit low there, unfortunately messing up the room. So we do need to farm some more peeves. Not many. Just farming the frogs here in the D-Boost training room should be good. And we are going to pick up this super pack. Yeah, but Spospo is coming up very soon. As soon as we get back to Big Pink, we are going straight to Spospo. So we're going to grab this E-Tank, we're going to grab Mama Turtle, we're going to grab Bot Wound, and then if we need it, we're going to grab Ridley. But hopefully we won't need it. Hopefully we just won't take damage and need an E-Tank. There's a nice, really nice triple D-Boost strat here. None of the frogs followed, but we should be fine. There's a sneaky map tile that you have to get right here. This mock ball is really swag. Without the mock ball, you just fall in the hole. But with it, you do not fall in the hole. Decora Pit Moonfall, Decora Pit Moonfall, Decora Pit Moonfall. Let's get this, let's get this. Nope, we didn't even get the wall jump. So we are heading straight to Spospo, so you can get your delightful DLC boss. Okay, hopefully we can actually nail these 3 missiles. Okay, normally we have a lot more missiles down, we just spam them. But it's like, we're gonna get all of our missiles and health back here. With gravity, we take like 3 or 4 damage here only, so we have all the time in the world to farm up. Oh no, we didn't shoot there. Okay, that basically pushes us into 3 rounds, which is unfortunate, but 2 round Spospos are difficult. Like you wouldn't think so, but Spospo is actually one of the trickiest bosses in the game, we would say. We're gonna try and finish this with the charge shot to save a super. We don't know if we'll be able to. It's a bit tricky to actually hit it. What? Okay. That definitely was not the way we wanted it to go. We were trying to save a super, and now we're going to be down 2 supers instead. Which is unfortunate, but no, it's definitely something we can work around. There we go. So charge shots do double damage to Spospo, which means that a charge shot right now will do the same damage as a super. So let's go. Unfortunately, we missed both of the swag moonfalls, but that's okay. That's okay, they're both pretty tricky. We'd say that the Spospo moonfall is a bit harder than probably about equally hard. So coming up is going to be the Zenny execute of these bugs. Single beam shot and then a super. And the beautiful thing about that is that works as well if you only have the pea shooter. So on your first pass through there, you can just kill all of those like that. And it's absolutely beautiful. So yeah, Spospo is tricky because you don't practice it much. And on top of that, the punishment for missing Spospo is just 1 extra round. We think we were probably supposed to jump over those, but it's not the end of the world to grab them. It's been a while since we've actually done a run of this. Shoutouts to Behemoth for the setup of just placing the power vault there. We had not thought of that until we saw Behemoth doing it. Yep. Yeah, we know exactly why it works. It's just super awesome that it works that way. This is another segment where health doesn't matter so much. So in the next room, there's a trick tile. There's a trick tile that you have to watch out for. Ah, okay. That wasn't far enough in. There's a trick tile like right here in the ceiling. We have to do a little jump to get. So coming up is X-Ray, which is an absolutely beautiful room because there's a double D-boost on the way out. There's so many wonderful, wonderful D-boosts. There are just amazing, amazing boosts everywhere here. And health is not super important, because we're going to be getting the Mama Turtle E-Tank soon. That's unfortunate. The exit X-Ray is a super, super swag room. There's a lot of running jumps. It's very, very technical, but absolutely beautiful when you get it. Double D-boost right here. Into this D-boost. There's so many great rooms, and that is one of the best. So this is the part of the game where first of all now we need to remember to get Spazer. We need to remember to get Spazer, and after we get Spazer, we're gonna need to very soon remember to actually get the tiles that we forgot earlier. Well, we're not gonna get Spazer, but we're gonna get the tiles. Yeah, you can't in vanilla you can't really microwave anything unless you go out of your way. You can't really microwave anything unless you intentionally kill the bosses in a very weird order. This room is really nice when you get it. This is definitely not getting it, but still a really nice room when you get it. That's never fun when that happens. We think we actually are going to get Crab Supers. Crab Supers isn't strictly required. But in a race setting, the more supers you get, the safer the run is. So we definitely bias towards getting more ammo in a race setting. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Samus, please. So we knew that we weren't going to bonk because we were on the right map tile, and the map tile transition will tell you on the map, on the mini map, and the map tile transition will tell you exactly that you. So this is a difference from the world record. We are not sparking here. This is the segment where this is probably the segment of the run where health is most important. And we timed it out, and the spark we don't think is any faster. Coming up right here, we're going to go for a trick called the Starfall, named after Starisms, who discovered it. And it's just absolutely wonderful when it works. Unfortunately, that jump is being incredibly trolly today. We got it fine in the previous run. Unfortunately, we're not sure that we actually can go for the Starfall because we gotta set it up here, but Stars is a wonderful person and invented this amazing trick, so we're gonna go for it. Guess we do have to shoot the gate. Stars is a wonderful person and went for the trick, so we're gonna burn a small amount of time to open the door so we can just moonfall through it. And that is just an amazing, amazing, amazing moonfall that we absolutely adore. One of the best. We jumped over the out because we actually really care about our health in this segment. And we'd really rather not get hit if we can avoid it. So we think we have enough supers at this point that we don't need to worry about supers anymore. Because short of... So one of the next swag things coming up is going to be, oh, this jump. This jump right here is super swag. And then a G-boost out. Would have been better if that G-boosted high, but we'll totally take that. So now we gotta grab the Aqueduct save room and come against his bot moon. So the next swag room coming up is going to be the Coliseum, where we're gonna use grapple strats to propel us forward, which is absolutely beautiful. There are so many wonderful strats in this game, in this run. That was a bit low, unfortunately. And this is why we have so many supers. And then after this, supers cease to matter. So we're gonna grab the bot lane E-tank later, like you would normally in Hundo item. So this is another swag spark. You skip the full halfie and go for this instead. And now we're gonna try and spark up that room, which is absolutely beautiful. Unfortunately, just missed it. So here are amazing grapple strats, which are so good. Where else can... Unfortunately, the Metroid can just eat your grapple shots. But where else can you see, like, amazing grapple tech like this? Short hop here to fix the door. Ooh, we're low on missiles. We're gonna need to super all of these. Which is fine. Like, after this point, we don't really need supers. The Edecoons try and teach you wall jumping, but as a kid, the Edecoons absolutely failed to teach us how to wall jump. Samus, please. Okay, no, we didn't get a blue suit because we had dash energy there. So based on reading chat, it sounds like we're behind. And we lost a minute against our PB in that split. We don't know what we messed up that badly, but we must have messed up a lot of it. Owl is an amazing runner. And is more practice with this run currently, so GG to Owl for having such an amazing time so far. We wonder if Owl is on PB pace. Owl might be on PB pace. So this is good. We have enough health that we can actually grab the bottom E-Tank later. And grabbing the E-Tank later is going to mean that we have more health for lower Norfair, which is really important, which decreases the chance that we're going to actually need the Ridley E-Tank, which is really good. This super pack we are definitely going to skip. We're at the point of the game where we don't need supers anywhere because we have plasma. Gonna jump over these missiles. And we're on to Spring Ball. Shack Tool is a wonderful 45-second auto-scroller, so get your Shack Tools ready in chat for this. We are playing on a CRT. But when we were on emulator, we were playing more like what you're watching. When we were on emulator, we were definitely had a 720p window in the middle of our 1080p monitor. Always kill Shack Tool. Unfortunately, our ammo is a bit low, so we don't really prefer not to burn ammo on Shack Tool. Like, as much as Shack Tool does deserve to die, this is a run where ammo count is just so tight that we can't really afford to kill Shack Tool. Best item in the game. So coming back to Shack 12's room, we're going to do a flashing select missile, and then if we do it right, we're going to hopefully jump through the next room. Unfortunately, we were supposed to do a one tap there, we believe, and we didn't do a one tap, so. So next we're heading straight to Plasma. At the end of this room, we're gonna try and do a mock ball. Well, that ended quickly. But the optimal strat to do here is a mock ball here, and then string ball jump straight into laying a bomb. This is a place where you absolutely need a super, and we've definitely come really close to not having a super here before. That is one of the worst places in this run to not have a super. Oops. Okay, we're gonna do the Hot-a-Ruby Pancake Tower. That wasn't quite the Hot-a-Ruby Pancake Tower, but it's close. So the way that the game is coded, if something is vulnerable to any charged beam, it has to be vulnerable to all charged beams. So for example, the pirates in this room are not actually vulnerable to charged plasma shots. Which is a really weird quirk. So coming up, we're going to fall towards the door here. This is our 1 second time saver for the world record. The world record falls away from the door. We fall towards the door and save 1 second over the world record. Which is the stupidest 1 second time saver for a world record we'll ever find. But it is a 1 second time saver for the world record. Which is really cool. Now that we're going through Cat Alley, we have all the supers we need for the rest of the game. Wait. Okay. Yeah, we thought we saw a missed map tile here. We were supposed to spring ball jump up here. We're really glad we caught this one early. That one would have been much harder to come back for. So a little bit of time lost there. But given how hard this run is to do, like, this run is easily like 2 or 3 times as exhausting as the other 2 runs combined. Just because it's so easy to miss map tiles and just completely rip your run. And in marathon setting, it's absolutely terrifying trying to remember map tiles. So in the sand fall coming up, there's actually going to be a map tile which on at first glance looks like we're missing it. But that's intentional because we're actually going to be coming through the room from the other side later on. Missing the tile on the side of the sand hall is intentional, so don't worry about that. Shacktool held spring ball though, which is super hype. Gotta remember to get the map station here, or the map room here. You don't actually want the map station. Although if we did get the map station, it would tell us where to go, and we wouldn't get lost. Meridia's delightful mess. So coming up in the ice tutorial room is new tech that we found a few days ago. There's a jump where if you can just do a running jump and jump straight into the hole, and that saves some frames. We don't know how many, but it saves some frames. And afterwards, we're going to take the Croc Speedway down to Croc. For a second there, we got a little bit worried because we weren't sure whether we were supposed to get whether we're supposed to do Croc after or before Lower Norfair, and we remember that we already did it, which made us much better. So Squelch, that is a tile that we were saying that we are absolutely getting later. So this is a running jump that we're going to go for. In the baby shrimp room, we're definitely going to get that go through that room again. So coming up here is a trick called the Moon Ball, which we're going to try and go for. Or not. But there's a nice moonfall there. We can either do a turnaround or we can ball up. And both are wonderful. So one of the nicest things about this category is that you do not actually go for the chronic boost, because you actually need run speed going into the room. It's a really nice touch for the cat. So it's really, really nice for this category that you do not actually have to worry about their stupid chronic boost. Now you want to deboost off a Nami Hay shot. And actually getting all the tiles there is surprisingly tricky. There's a really swag spring ball jump that you can do, but it saves like single-digit number of frames and is much trickier. So we're just gonna head right out of the Lower Norfair hallway and just do a much more basic, but much more practical and almost as good strat. The spring ball jump is super swag, but unfortunately just not practical. So in this room, we have to kill a certain number of enemies. Which we do with these. And now we're gonna go for the jump across the chorizo room. The chorizo room. Calling your chorizo is for Emmett. This is also a chozo, not a chorizo. So now out of this, we're gonna have to go and make sure that we grab the bottom right tile. So we can't just fall. And one of the best feelings of this category, we do not need to worry about any of the items in this room. We can just fall and that's good. For Golden Chorizo, we're going to be crouching while holding L and R, and that is going to allow us to shoot straight up while crouched, and that will let us hit Golden Chorizo twice at a time. There's also a way to do this with some jumping strat, which is what Behemoth does because he doesn't have angle down bound. But that's just a mess to do. So we want the right amount. Okay, so we didn't jump, but you need a very specific amount of run speed coming out of that room to get out the way that you want. Okay, we're trying to just run through that room. We're not charging a spark there, because this is a segment where health actually does matter. Mickey Mouse missiles is always kind of a nasty room, but shoutouts to Ove, whose hundo run we watched to get that simple spring ball tech out. Amphitheater is a delightful room. So we found out that we can just do a running start and get the tile that we need. And we don't need to worry about spring ball jumping. Angling down here will grab that tile. One of the weirdest things about Hundo map is that there's a lot of cases where angling down actually is necessary. Like there, you have to if you just fall onto it. If you're at a tile boundary and you're angling down and you jump and angle down, you'll grab the tile below. But otherwise, if you're just standing, you won't. Owl at infinity hours. Only the best timer for Owl. Do not need to get the power bombs of shame, which is nice. We're gonna go for the double again on pirates. This is a wonderful, wonderful pirate strat when we can get it. It's just super swag. You shoot once to make the pirate not shoot back, and rip that strat. So because we have screw attack, we can just jump at full height and through those. Ah, unfortunate. So we have amazing health here. Flawless Ridley opening. Okay, this is a dead Ridley. We totally lost track again. It's very, very hard to commentate while actually tracking, keep counting to 20. Which is something that we had not realized until today. So we're gonna do a flashing select of missiles again. Shoot the door with a missile. And that's gonna save 1 frame of lag. Which is just a beautiful, beautiful tiny tech. And the reverse powerhouse is so much easier when you have screw attack to work with. So we do have to remember the Ridley save room on the way out. Heck. So we gotta remember to get the Ridley save. And then there's a really swag strat coming up. And then there's a swag strat coming up right after in Firefly, where you just freeze the Firefly, fall down, and immediately jump back up on it. This is wonderful. Wait, did we forget Ridley's tank room? Oh no. Okay. Thank you for catching that. We're gonna go back for that. We can't believe that we forgot Ridley's tank. We're so focused on the actual Ridley fight that we just completely forgot about it. Thank you, Frozen Treasure. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. We're super happy that at least in theory we've only forgotten two tiles so far. And one of them was something both of them we wouldn't have noticed without chat. And yeah, that is really the E-Tank's a shame. Yeah, so Hundo map is hard to keep in your head when that's the only run that you're doing. When you're chaining Hundo map runs with other runs, like the any percent run that we did today, that makes it just that much harder. Ah, no. We're fine. We're completely fine. We have chat here helping us. Like, being able to concentrate wouldn't help us that much. And besides, self-commentating is really fun. Like, the only way to do this would be to have somebody who really, really knows the run. And there's like... We can probably count on our hand, like on one hand, the number of people in the run. So here's a swag freezing of the Firefly, which makes a nice platform to just immediately jump back up from, which is absolutely wonderful. Coming up is a Hadarubi special, which is a mediocre strat in Hundo item. In a Hundo map, it's like absolutely beautiful, so let's see if we can get it. Unfortunately, we did not get it. But we do successfully avoid Owl got the Hadarubi special. That's it. Owl takes this race. Pure, the Hadarubi special is just swag enough that automatically wins Owl the race. So GG to Owl. Yeah, we use plural they, them as our pronouns. So coming up here is the Norfair Reserve Room is actually very technical. In the Norfair Reserve Room, we're going to want to kill as many enemies as possible with screw attack for lag reduction. So we want to kill as many as possible. It's very technical unless you do that, and then you just run through the lava. The Hadarubi special is where you, Oh, wait. We don't need to go all the way down there. Too much Hundo item memory. The Hadarubi special is, in the Spring Ball Maze. An entrance into the Spring Ball Maze. Where you just, Okay, we don't know if we actually need any more peeps. So we're just gonna grab some. It's an entrance to the Spring Ball Maze where you do a speed ball into it. You do a short charge and then a spring ball jump. And it's absolutely wonderful. So now we're heading towards the best area of the game, the Forgotten Highway. The Forgotten Highway is an absolutely wonderful area in the game, where this is the only category that you actually see it. Unfortunately, not enough run speed there. Hadarubi is, so the story behind the Hadarubi special. Hadarubi is an old legendary runner, but it never actually did the Hadarubi special. There's one day where Zoster Screaming did that. Somebody asked Zoster what it's called, and Zoster said the Hadarubi special as a joke, and after that it became known as the Hadarubi special. So coming up here, we're gonna get the remaining tiles in the Plasma Spark room. Food sounds absolutely wonderful right now. That was an amazing moonfall. That is incredibly tricky to do. And we're super happy that we pulled it off. We've got to jump straight over the gate percent room, and then we're on to the Forgotten Highway. So there's an amazing springboard jump here, springboard tech here. We're gonna hope that hopefully we can get it. Not guaranteed, but no, we didn't even get the mark. That's too bad. This is one of the prettiest springboard techs in the game. So fun fact, Zos Hundo map run on the leaderboard actually misses a tile. So coming up, we have the crab maze is a very interesting one because any of the big rooms are always very interesting. And the crab maze is very highly interesting. You gotta do a wall jump off here, and then you do a mock ball into here. Spring wall jump off that so you can grab the tile. And it's just one of those beautiful runs. We do have another run after this, which is part of why food sounds so good. That was definitely not quite what we were supposed to be doing there, but it works. And now we get this side of the wreck ship, and we head straight to the landing site through Gauntlet and into G4. Hopefully we don't actually need that. Hopefully we don't actually need that super anywhere. We don't need more than one super. Space jump, just add water. Shoutouts to Astor for that. Oh, this is a swag tech if we can get it. Unfortunately we bonked, but that's a nice setup to just space jump through this entire room with the run speed from the previous room. Oh, this run is no longer the leaderboard. That's really cool. Okay, so we're gonna try and space jump across the ocean, and then springboard jump across the moat. It's very tricky, but we're gonna attempt it. There's a lot of tech in this run. We shot too late, which is unfortunate. Hundo map is not a mean category. The mean category is 100% item. Hundo map is an amazing run. We understand why more people don't run it, because it's a really exhausting run. So, we think that missing that tile up there is a mistake. So we're gonna go fix that now and then head back. Okay, or we're not gonna Gauntlet Spark. So the full Gauntlet Spark only actually saves a few seconds with your screw attack. So it's absolutely not worth going back there for. Another amazing thing is that we can skip these missiles right here. Yeah, take a look at Hundo item in Super Metroid, for example. Oh no, that was a bad idea. Wait, we're missing the top right in the... Oh no, you're right, okay. So the good news is that we can actually get that at the end of the game. Normally we would get that when we did the wraparound shot, but we fell, so we didn't do that. Ammo is incredibly low for us. We completely forgot that we need ammo for Torian. Thank you so much, everybody, for helping us with those helping us with these map tiles. We're gonna leave Varia on because we don't want to die. And that's a bad habit that we've done before. Yeah. We completely forgot that we completely forgot that we need to need ammo for Torian, so we're gonna have to kill every room with missiles. And because of our... So, Aster kind of predicted this. Aster, like, basically predicted being low on ammo for Torian. It's a disadvantage of the low ammo count that we're running. Okay, so 99% chance that we actually get that. So we need 9 and 9 for Mother Brain 1. Which means that we need to open the first door. Oh wait, we should just be damaging down. We should open the first door with missiles, and then we'll have exactly what we need. As long as we don't miss anything. We have to be super, super, super careful on Mother Brain 1. Looking back at all the things that Antinomy will never see. 1244. Okay, so we can miss one missile on Mother Brain. We can miss one missile on Mother Brain 1. So hopefully we don't soft lock here, though. You know what? We just realized, this is a Mappo run. We're already behind. We can just save. John, we've had 3 PBs in our life with Baby Skip. Baby Skip only saved like 7 seconds in Mappo, and we didn't have the health to go with it. What? Okay. Okay. For a second we thought that Mother Brain wasn't transitioning, which scared us so much. Because 9 and 9 is how many you need. 9 and 9 is what you need. We lost count, but it's fine. Okay, wait. We just laid that power bomb because we felt like it? That power bomb actually delayed the Mother Brain charging the Rainbow Beam? It looked like it. It looked like it, and we just... We aren't sure if that was just us or if that actually happened. Wait, owl missing tiles in the escape? Oh no. We still don't know if we actually got all the tiles though. We hear a call for saving the animals. We will save the animals. Now that Owl has missed some tiles, we have that. That's really, really unfortunate. Yeah, we still need to grab the tile, but we can't during the escape. That's really unfortunate that Owl missed tiles during the escape. Like this is not the first time that Owl has missed escape tiles during a marathon, which is just super sad. Like we want really good things for Owl. The baby is absolutely draining Mother Brain and getting full of life. Unless Mother Brain is just actually Mother Brain is kind of evil. So Mother Brain might actually give the baby a stomachache. Okay, so coming up here is a really swag spark that you don't get to do in any other category. Oh, we need to grab these tiles. But this is like just a really, really, really nice spark that you would not get to do in any other category. This is one of those tricky rooms where you actually have to kind of know what you're doing. Let's go save some animals. So last chance. The next one is a partial category. Okay, so we have one more tile to get, so let's grab that and go up with the ship. Absolutely fascinating to be grabbing this tile last. And up we go. +5 on our PB, but we believe that we got all the tiles. So that is that. And we are going to be right back before our next run. Thank you for the GGs. Thank you for the GGs and GG to Owl for that wonderful run. And now, coming up next, we have Gay%. Gay% next, which is absolutely, absolutely wonderful partial category. Oh, Owl is redoing the escape. We didn't realize Owl is redoing the escape. GG's. We're gonna have to rewatch this after and see if we actually got all the map tiles. Yes, Gay%. Gay% is an amazing, amazing category. We're so happy. This is the second time we've gotten it into a marathon. And it's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful category. Dear Force. Bit late, but Dear Force. This is the last Dear Force that we're going to get to do, because the next one's a partial category. GG Owl. GG for the amazing race. So make sure you give a follow to our opponent, CandianOwl, as well as a follow to Rasu for putting on this amazing marathon and doing all the organizing behind the scenes. It's a lot of work. We've organized a marathon once and it was exhausting, but it's so wonderful and rewarding. Oh, no, we saved in that file. We need to use this one, which has our partial category saves. That timer is absolutely beautiful.